Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 10 picks up where we left off with Team 10 escaping the Shinju, and the Shinju say they think they're going to just leave us. They know they can't outrun us. Here we go. And so then Konohamaru and the other shinobi show up as backup for Team 10, and they call Shikamaru and they're like, alright, confirming there are 2 trespassers, but there's no Team 10 here. And Shikamaru relays to them that, okay, so these 2 trespassers, they want Himawari, alright? But they're with Team 10. So all you have to do right now is back them up and keep them occupied for them to escape the village, okay? And now everybody's kind of like, Himawari, huh? Okay. So everybody gets on the call, including Kawaki and Delta, who are just like hanging out. And Kawaki's kind of confused. He's like, Himawari? Okay, I guess I have to go help Himawari out. And Shikamaru's kind of like, forget about Boruto, Kawaki. Don't worry about him. What your main focus should be is fighting these Shinju and protecting Himawari. And Kawaki kind of says, if you said that from the beginning, I would have gone after them for Himawari. Like, all you had to say was Himawari was in trouble, and I'm there. And so he basically flies off and goes to help her. And I like it. It kind of shows Kawaki has a sensitive spot for Himawari, which I like. I think that too often we kind of just see him care about nothing. And so this is like one of the few times we get to see him actually like care about somebody. So if it's Himawari, he could have just said that and he's on his way. So Kawaki's on his way, and Shikamaru basically gets on call with Boruto and says, Boruto, we could kind of use some help here. Are you okay? And Boruto, after having like to calm down his karma, is like, yeah, I'm okay. Just need a little bit of a break. You know what I mean? He needs to hang out for a little bit. So then the Shinju kind of names himself, or Hidari names the Shinju Jura. So that's his new name, which cool name, you know what I mean? But I wanted it earlier in the story, but anyways, I could just kind of feel like it could have been better to like know his name earlier on, but whatever. His name is Jura, and Jura goes after Himawari and Team 10, while Hidari stays behind and deals with Konohamaru and the other shinobi. And in that moment, Hidari's kind of like facing Konohamaru and is like basically telling him to leave them alone, or like they have no business with them, so why are they coming and attacking them or whatnot. And in that moment, Sarada makes an appearance and she goes, Konohamaru, are you okay? And then Hidari takes one look at Sarada, the person who he's targeting, and he makes it his mission to go after her. So he spreads out some claw marks, and then boom, he pops up behind Sarada and unleashes a Chidori towards her. Alright? Now Sarada activates her Mangekyo Sharingan, not her Mangekyo, she activates her Sharingan, and she kind of dodges the Chidori, and then uses her own Chidori against him, and passes right, well not passes, but hits him, and then that's kind of the end of the fight, right? So what basically happened is Hidari went through the claw mark, popped up behind Sarada, unleashed a Chidori trying to hit her and kill her, or like incapacitate her, hurt her, so that way he could devour her. But in the finals moment, she activated her Sharingan, dodged it up close, used her own Chidori, hits him, he's out, or basically just lands the hit on him. Then we cut over to Kurama and Himawari having more of a conversation, more of a discussion. And he says that, basically telling her that she's the Nine Tails Jinchuriki now, or her and Kurama are basically one person now, or they're one mind and one body. They're together in this, you know. So Kurama is inside Himawari. Himawari is kind of like, this is her body, but she has the Nine Tails chakra inside of her. So basically implying that she's a Jinchuriki now, is what he's stating. And Jura chases after Team 10, and Jura's like literally right behind them, like seconds they just left, and he's already flying behind them. And Team 10 Shikadai is kind of like, alright guys, where's that backup? We need backup like right now. And so Kurama then goes back and explains to Himawari how he exists. So he says that his flame was extinguished with Naruto, but it's not the same for all of the nine-tailed beasts, right? They'll always be revived somehow. They'll always come back, whether it's a little bit of chakra left over, they are kind of chakra themselves, but how they manifest back is weird. It could be completely random, or it could be completely like, you know, purposeful, but the basic idea that he's trying to get across to Himawari is that I don't know how I'm a part of you now. Like, maybe there's a portion of my chakra inside of you from Naruto however my chakra gets attached to other people, and I'm basically now here, a part of you. We're in this together. And so he's kind of telling her that it's better to ignore all of the ins and outs of like what destiny has in mind. Is like destiny kind of decided or chose that you and I would be in this situation together. Is it pure luck? Is it because you had a piece of chakra inside of piece of my chakra inside of you? Who really knows, right? What exactly led to me being inside of you, Himawari? But I find it better to just go with the flow and accept that this is the situation we're in right now. And so Himawari accepts it and introduces herself. She says, I'm Uzumaki Himawari. And then Kurama's just like, all right, we're in this, you know? So a cool little Kurama and Himawari meeting, you know, they kind of get to know each other and talk to one another, you know what I mean? And in that moment, Himawari kind of like wakes up or snaps out of it, but Jura knocks down the bird or the beast mimicry that Inojin created with a Biju bomb from his eye. He destroys it, they go down, Jura stops them and whatnot, and now Himawari's on defense. She wants to protect everybody, and she's kind of like yelling for Kurama, like, Kurama, help! And Kurama's like, listen, lady, that's not how this works. You can't just say my name and I'm gonna unleash some awesome jutsu, okay? It's you. You're in charge. So your potential is only as great or as small as you see yourself. So you just have to believe in yourself and fight. And he kind of explains that she has to use his powers. You know, it's up to you. It's up to you how to use them or not use them. How far or how strong you are is only limited by your potential and how you attack and fight, you know? So he does also explicitly state that his chakra has more affinity to hers. Basically because she has Uzumaki and Hyuga blood inside of her. It could be because of the combination of the two. It makes her chakra more compatible, let's say, with Kurama's, even more so than Naruto's. And so he basically says, you got the stuff, kid. Now you have the talent and the potential. Now it's just a matter of, you know, believing in yourself and going out there and trying and doing it. So then we get Himawari rushing into action, goes after Jura. She jumps and it looks like a pretty impressive kick. She's going to do it. She's going to kick him. And then Jura just catches her and breaks her ankle, like twists her foot the other way. And she's like, ah, lands on the ground, hurt. And Inojin is immediately like, Himawari. And he gets like a tiger or some sort of like beast cat to like attack Jura. And Jura's unfazed by this. He like knocks it away, destroys it. And Jura creates another tree or encases Himawari inside of a tree, and he's kind of saying, we say the word devour, but we basically mean this thing right here. You know, you're just going to be a source of nourishment, a source of chakra for me. And it's not in any way, shape, or form harmful. It's just, this is what it's going to be. You're not going to feel the pain on your foot anymore, broken bones, injuries, none of that. You're just going to become a part of me for nourishment. It's really easy, you know? It's not like I'm going to like swallow you whole. It's just you're going to be in this tree, you're going to help me out, and that's the end of it. But Inojin just won't have it. And Inojin tries to attack him again, and then he gets kicked off to the side, and he's just like, Himawari. And Himawari's telling Jura, leave them out of this. Do not involve them. This is between you and me. And Jura's kind of like, I agree with you, but then this guy keeps on interrupting us. Like, he keeps on trying to like save you. Like, they're going out of their way to help you, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to like kick them off. So then Inojin grabs his foot and is like, let Himawari go. And then Jura impales Inojin through the stomach with his wood style or with the tree or whatever, stabs him like he did the other people at the front gate of Konoha. And now everybody's like, Inojin! Shikadai and Chocho are like, oh my gosh. Like, they're not even helping out. They're just in shock. They're like, oh no, Inojin. He gets stabbed. And then Himawari, she got that nine-tailed fox in her. And she just goes into a complete rage, or she gets really angry. And she breaks out of the tree, out of the wood style. And now she has undergone like a nine-tails transformation. Like, she looks like Naruto when the Ninetales chakra starts taking over, like start developing more of the looks of Kurama of a fox. So now she's really angry and upset, and Kurama's kind of just like, all right, here we go, kid. And now she's geared up, ready to fight, full power, using Kurama at her side. You know what I'm saying? It's all coming together, and that's where the chapter ends. And I have to say, in terms of the ending for this chapter, it's so good. It's funny because it's like they don't give us the full fight or like the aftermath of it, but they do present us with like, oh, she's now tapping into the Ninetales chakra. She's now turning into the Jinchuriki that she's supposed to be, you know? And she's getting it all right now, so next chapter is going to be very interesting. In terms of like the plot, the story moving forward, I think that this chapter in particular just gets the Shinju more opportunity to go after what they want. It gave Hidari going after Sarada, and Jura going after Himawari, and everybody else trying to prevent it. Konohamaru, Sarada, Kawaki's flying over to them now. Team 10, primarily Inojin fighting to protect Himawari. Himawari trying to fight, you know what I mean? That was funny. She got her leg twisted though. So the action was mild, but it was good. I think the best of the action in this chapter was Sarada versus Hidari with their two Chidoris. I kind of would have liked it if they collided against each other, but you know, that didn't happen. But I did like Sarada dodging it and then using her own Chidori. That was cool. And yeah, everybody else just kind of gets like beaten easily, which I kind of would have liked to see more of a brawl or of a back and forth. But you know, I think that's what we're building up to. Is right now they're kind of small fry or weaklings, but eventually they'll be able to like stand on par against them. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see. But anyways, I think in terms of character growth or learning about characters, Himawari has gone above and beyond this chapter. We basically got more in depth about like, how do you have Kurama inside of you? Well, it could be that you have a sliver of Ninetales chakra inside of you from when you were born, when you were a baby, because you're Naruto's child, and I was in Naruto at the time. Like, you know what I mean? There's that. It could be pure coincidence because she has Uzumaki and Hyuga blood that he was revived back inside of her and not outside of her. It could be any number of reasons, but we just decided to move on and accept it. We also got a little bit of Kawaki's character and how much he cares about Himawari, which I really liked. It just goes to show that he's not just heartless. He does care about Himawari, and that if she's in danger, he's going to help her, you know, prioritizing her over maybe killing Boruto or otherwise, you know. So I think that's really cool and important. We also got a glimpse at Inojin doing everything to protect Himawari. Like, that's sweet, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna attribute it to like any kind of romance or whatnot, but it could be insinuated that that's maybe a direction they could go in, but you know, you never know. Anyways, and the whole world, Kurama coming back is a huge bonus for the world of, you know, the shinobi, for the world of Boruto. It gives Himawari power. It makes her a target for the Shinju to go after, primarily Jura. And we also learned that the Shinju are kind of like, they're just dedicated to their goals. They're not looking to really harm or kill anybody that they don't want to. But if they're going to interfere, they will fight back. So it kind of gives us a little glimpse at that, I guess. And then finally, the end of the chapter. I mean, just amazing. It just wants you to see what's going to happen next chapter. You can contemplate in your mind all the ways that Himawari is going to be stronger. Is she going to be able to do exactly what Naruto could do? Does she need some more training and development? Like, all of that, you know, is kind of questioning it in your mind and so on and so forth. So it's really a crazy way to end it, because they give you so much, but they don't give you the full meal, you know what I mean? That's maybe next chapter, you know, we'll have to see, but next chapter is going to be really cool. But overall, I give this chapter an 8.5 out of 10. I think that there was some good progress, but there were like sprinkles, you know what I mean? They sprinkled in Kawaki caring about Himawari. They sprinkled in Inojin's care for Himawari, which we already knew, right? They showed us Kurama is back, but there was already kind of an assumption that Kurama could come back or would come back, you know? So it's kind of basic knowledge, or like understood that the tailed beasts will always revive or come back, you know what I mean? But inside Himawari, that's the mysterious part of it. The action, like I said, it was mostly Hidari versus Sarda that interested me. Inojin got kicked to the side, Himawari got her leg twisted. It wasn't really much of a fight as it was like them getting hurt, you know? And then the characters, we learned a little bit more about the Shinju, learned a little bit about Kawaki, so on and so forth. And yeah, Kurama just being back is a huge bonus to the world, so it's impressive. But yeah, 8.5 out of 10, and I can't wait for next chapter. The next chapter is even better, I'm assuming, you know what I mean? Or I would assume, I've read it, but you know what I mean. It's like the next chapter is really, really good too, so we'll have to wait until then. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah,